Hi, I'm Mark Arsenault.
And I'm Spencer Zinn.
We were both involved in establishing the Montessori Academy of Colorado. My experience with Montessori Academy has been basically from the beginning, when originally our children all went to a school, and that school went bankrupt. And we were all faced with basically having to figure out how to make childcare work in Colorado.
As Mark said, the Montessori International Children's House Teenage, that went bankrupt, but that was not a slow process. That was something that happened overnight and was a horrible shock to the system for the parents, the students, and the teachers, the administrators, everybody who was involved except for the person who was at the top. In any case, because of that shock, we were in a position where we had to act quickly. And so it was a significant undertaking, but it was an undertaking that everybody felt very optimistic and positive about, because there was so many talented people and so much good already associated around the school that it made us confident that there was a way to make the new school work. So Montessori Academy of Colorado was born from a lot of talented people who cared a lot about the kids, the teachers, and the environment.
Yeah, and literally, as parents, we walked up to the door. I think it was one Friday morning, and there was a notice on the door saying the place was closed. And I remember Doris Leo and Brian Leo opened up their home and actually ran a child care center for the summer. And we employed all the teachers as well at that time. And that was basically, I think, the impetus of hey, maybe we can do this. We should do it a little more
by the book.
But it was the start of something great for sure. I remember, Spencer, just the amount of talent we had in those early days with people who were stepping up and saying, hey, let's figure out how to solve this problem and get something started. So I remember, we had people who helped with basically coming up with the name and the design for the logo. We had people who stepped up who were lawyers. There was a lot of as you could imagine, legal work that had to be done, and people like Dana stepped up and basically got that done pro bono. We had Will Glennie, I think, who was very good at navigating bankruptcy hearings and helped us secure all of the old equipment that was in the old space, which meant that we didn't have to go buy new things, which would have been a huge cost at that time.
I think we could have done it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Some of the other parents that were involved, I remember Annette Shondel, certainly had a great background in accounting and auditing, and she was heavily involved. And the books were such a mess, and a lot of things that were were being done were sort of being done on the sly, and it was. She got it cleaned up.
She did.
She got it cleaned up and got us to where we could feel confident that our business plan and the model for Montessori Academy of Colorado was very likely to succeed.
Yeah. Well, and then I ended up having to move to Seattle for work for a few years, but I know you guys continued on with basically the purchase of this building.
I do remember that Jonelle was very involved in identifying this building and identifying the opportunity to purchase it. I recall that we were concerned that if we weren't able to get the right location under the right costs, that this all wasn't going to work out. And so getting this acquisition completed and being able to get the initial build out was all very critical. We certainly had a period there where I think on the one hand, this opportunity, we all recognized it as a wonderful opportunity. On the other hand, our concern was if we could not complete this, then what?
Right.
Because the old building was no longer going to be an option.
Right. Mostly because I think that old building ended up getting sold and becoming a high-rise on 8th and Spear now, which I always drive by and think, hey, that's the old Mac.
It's hardly recognizable now. Yeah, exactly.
I know, Spencer, you guys and the board did a fantastic job, because when I did move back to Denver about 2 or 3 years later, and had my son Jack at the time, and immediately wanted to get back into Montessori Academy of Colorado at this building. There was a waiting list, so I think you guys did a very good job.
It's a lot of fun to think about it that way, and to think that there was an opportunity, and that we were able to act on it, and that the success that has since been built is all so wonderful, and the emotional value of knowing that so much good has happened here over the years since what we were able to do back then. It's wonderful. It's crazy. It's so funny, and for the parents who have young children here now, one thing that that Mark and I know now that we didn't know then is 20 years goes by fast, and watching your children grow from toddlers in the Montessori program, and watching them grow through each stage of their development into our kids are. I've got one who recently graduated from college, and Mark's got one graduating here shortly. That time goes by fast, and so to think of the success that's occurred for Montessori Academy of Colorado and the children that have come through it, it does my heart a lot of good.
Yeah. And I would just add that it makes me feel proud, of the school, of the parents and the teachers. What has been built here is fantastic, and while we may have planted the seeds a long time ago, there was a lot of care and watering and feeding that had to occur, and over the course of 20 years, it's clear that that's been done. It's been done in spades, and it's been done really well. And my thoughts were the same walking in this morning, seeing the little tykes running around and thinking back to my kids at that age, and then flashing forward today when they're graduating from college, and frankly how fast it does go, and how fast there'll be a new generation coming up here. So kudos to everyone over the years, because this is a fantastic win for the community and for Denver, I would say.
I totally agree, and your metaphor is well stated. The amount of care and planning and decision making that's gone on since we've long since been off the board. The things that have happened are amazing, and it really is phenomenal to see all the great people and all the great strides that this organization's made. It's mind-boggling.